Hi, I'm Jenny Williamson, and today I'm going to go over the marketing strategy for Southwest Airlines. And because I have a limited time on my smartphone for recording, I'm basically just going to cover the slides pretty quickly. However, I do have filled in the notes sections of my PowerPoint presentation so that as you read my PowerPoint, you'll be able to get a little more information about what I'm talking about. So here we go. To begin with, a little bit about Southwest Airlines. They are based out of Dallas, Texas. They do fly out of Love Field in just outside of Dallas, I think it is. Yeah. Um, so they started, it was a company started in 1966 by three investors. Their vision for the company was to cater to be a commuter airline and cater to the businessmen of that time. And they only flew to three cities at the time, which was Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. Of course, they have now expanded and they've added more cities in Texas by 1978. They also did change their name from Air Southwest to Southwest Airlines that we know it now. So a few more of the cities that they started flying to in 1978 were Amarillo, Texas, Corpus Christi, Lubbock, El Paso, and Austin, Texas. Also at this time, they did start expanding into other states such as Louisiana, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. And then currently, they are the leader in low-cost airfare, in the low-cost airfare market. They were one of the first to introduce self-service check-in and online boarding passes. They currently fly over 4,000 flights a day and over 700 aircraft. And their current motto is transparency, which is a philosophy of treating customers honestly and fairly with low fares and no hidden costs. So next I'm going to do a competitive analysis. Two of the other companies. So as we all know, there's so many different airline companies that we can choose from. So a couple of examples would be Delta Airlines, American Airlines, United, JetBlue. So to kind of narrow this down and make it a reasonable presentation, I decided to go with Delta Airlines as well as JetBlue. So first I'm going to talk about Southwest Airlines. A few of their strengths are they are the leader in U.S. aviation industry. They have a large and efficient fleet. They have operational efficiency. They do have lower prices, and they focus on customer service, and they have a healthy profit margin. Some of their weaknesses are limited international operations, and operational costs are affecting their net income. Again, when you see my presentation, you'll see that there's a little bit more information in my notes. So moving on, Delta Airlines, some of their strengths are they do have the leading position in the U.S. and global airline industry, where Southwest was just the U.S. industry. They do have a larger fleet. They have a large route network, and they have a strong brand image. Some of their weaknesses are over-reliant on North American market, which will affect some of their economic, social, and political outcomes in some of the other regions outside of the North American region. And then they do have an emerging problem with the Airbus A220 that they do fly. FAA declared the turbofan engines to be an urgent safety issue, and so they are definitely working, or they need to work on ratifying that situation before it becomes an issue, very similar to the Boeing 737 MAX, which actually affected a lot of different airlines, including Southwest, about a year or so ago. And the next one is JetBlue. So JetBlue is a fairly new airline. They are also part of the low-cost fares industry. They are based out of John F. Kennedy International Airport out of New York, so it is a little bit larger airport than what Southwest Airlines flies out of. They fly out of Love Field, which is a mid-size, which is actually in a mid-sized city. And I'll get to that in a little bit. Some of their strengths is they are new and efficient. They have newer and efficient aircraft. So they have aircraft that are more cost efficient. There's newer technology, things like that. High customer service satisfaction rating is another strength that they have. Some of their weaknesses is they have very little international destinations. So very similar to Southwest Airlines is they do not have a big stronghold on the international industry. They just haven't grown that big yet. And they do have higher costs associated with the facilities that they fly out of. They are choosing to fly out of larger airports. So therefore, the cost of having the terminals out of these larger airports is costing them a little bit more money than what Southwest Airlines does is they fly out of smaller airports that are in mid-sized cities. So that cost doesn't cost them as much. So, that's a little bit of the competitive analysis. Now I'm going to go ahead and move into the marketing strategy, talking about product, place, price, and promotions of Southwest Airlines. So Southwest Airlines, their products is basically it's service. They fly the Boeing 737 aircraft to maintain lower cost, fewer fuel for maintenance as well as training. They have no in-flight frills, so they do not have in-flight movies. They don't serve meals. They keep it very low key. They serve snacks and meals, or I'm sorry, not meals, but snacks and beverages. Typically, a lot of their flights are shorter flights. They don't have very long flights, so it makes sense just to serve the beverages and the snacks. They keep their crews to a minimum of approximately 3 flight attendants per flight. They do offer a lot of electronic services. So online booking, they have the mobile app, they have their website. You can get a lot of your questions answered on these devices or digital programming. You can book your flights. They also have great customer service. I personally have experienced their customer service. I've had to, which goes to my next one, is a no cost or low cost services. I've had to switch my flights kind of at the last minute, and I was not charged for it. Also, I've checked bags, and they have their saying of the first 2 checked bags are free. Of course, there's a limit on weight. And then they also have the reward system, which again, I personally am part of the reward system. I earn points for using a specific credit card, the Southwest Airlines credit card. So eventually one day I can book a flight for free. So moving on to price, again, they keep their pricing very low because of a lot of the services that they have. The no frills, the maintaining the 737 Boeing aircraft, minimal flight attendants. They actually will, there's no seat assignments, no electronic entertainment. They do offer free Wi-Fi on a majority of their aircraft, so there is in-flight entertainment. Just the airline doesn't have to pay for it, other than the Wi-Fi. And so there's just there's paperless tickets or e-tickets, things like that to help with overhead costs on a lot of different things that other airlines have to pay for. So they do really try hard to keep their pricing down by minimizing a lot of the overhead. So next we're going to go to place. They do short distance flights. For example, I live on the West Coast. I actually live in Northwest Nevada, just outside of Carson City. And there's been several times where I've had to take flights to Las Vegas. And to drive to Las Vegas from where I'm at is approximately 7 hours. And I can catch a flight and be there in 45 minutes. So they do specialize in shorter flights. They do point-to-point flights instead of hub and spoke flights, which requires it helps with a quicker turnaround. Their average turnaround time is like 15 minutes from when they're in the gate, when they land, deboard, clean the plane, board new passengers, and take off is approximately 15 to 20 minutes. So with other airlines, it can be upwards of 30 minutes or more. They fly out of secondary airports, and they operate out of mid-sized cities, as I kind of mentioned before. So moving on to promotion, they've created a fun image, and they use a lot of comedy in some of their advertising. a lot of their marketing catches public attention. I know some of it, I know it's not their necessarily marketing, but as you've seen probably some of the YouTube videos going around of Southwest airline flight attendants doing a crazy spin or a funny spin on the safety presentation, and those types of videos go viral and it catches people's attention. They are very cost efficient, very creative marketing and promotion, very innovative, engaging. They attract a new client base with some of their promotions, which all of this will eventually create higher revenue. And then, so their competitive advantage is with Southwest Airlines, their cost is 7.1 cents per mile versus other airlines, which is 10 or more cents per mile. Their turnaround time, like I mentioned, is around 15 minutes, where other airlines, it's about 35 minutes. Pilot salaries are about $100,000 for 70 hours per month, where other airlines, it's $200,000 for 50 hours per month. They have 81 employees per an aircraft, where other airlines have 150 employees per aircraft. Southwest has 2,443 passengers per employee. Other airlines is approximately 800 passengers per employee. They fly 10.5 flights per gate for Southwest Airlines. Others, it's 4.5 flights per gate. So you can see that they're moving quite quickly. Get in, get out, get passengers where they need to go. An aircraft spent 11 hours average in the air daily, where other airlines, aircraft spent an average of only 8 hours in the air daily. So they're definitely getting customers where they want to go in a quicker pace at a lower cost. For their I can't think of the right word. So basically, they have a program, Southwest Cares, doing the right thing. Basically, Southwest Airline is promotes, because they have employees from all over the United States, even the world. But they are very enthusiastic and very supportive of employee volunteerism, where employees go into their communities and volunteer in different programs within their communities, and they highly support that. They do community outreach, charitable contributions, corporate and social responsibility is a very big thing for Southwest Airlines. They've also helped promote SeaWorld in Texas by painting one of their planes like the killer whale or the orca that used to be there. So they do promote community awareness and participate in different communities that their employees come from. So in conclusion, Southwest Airlines continues to differentiate itself from other low-fare carriers by offering a reliable product with exemplary customer service. Since its initiation, Southwest has managed to grow into a controlled fashion by adding just a few new cities each year. They don't try to grow too fast, too big. They've been maintaining just a few cities every couple of years. Probably, I think 5 years ago, they finally just recently started flying to Hawaii. So, and then also Southwest has proven itself to be successful, and analysis believe that it will continue to be profitable as long as it never ceases to offer customer service efficient and low-cost air transportation with continuous aggressive promotion and strong commitment. And finally, Southwest will remain the preferred airline providing low fares, and I highly agree with that. I am a fan of Southwest Airlines. I think it's a good company. It's a strong company, and it's been around since 1966, and it's maintained its initial envision, or its initial vision of being the low-cost airfare or low-cost fare flights. Of course, their target market is a little different now than just businessmen. You know, we've got people flying from all over that like to travel, and I'm one of them. Every year I usually take a quick trip. I take a quick vacation, and I just like to go travel and see new places. And Southwest is usually the one that takes me there. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you so much for reviewing this. And like I said, I had a limited time with this video with my smartphone. So in my presentation, I do have notes that will expand a little bit more on my slides in my PowerPoint. Thank you again, and have a great day. Bye.